Red Raiders, Jones AT&T Stadium in Lubbock, Texas. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Red Raiders will kick it off to get us underway. Here's the return from inside his 10. He's out of bounds at the 27-yard line, so a couple extra yards of field position for this offense to start. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Alabama.
Scanning the field, it's Simpson. Grabbed in the middle, it's Hale. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Alabama may always be built on the run, but these days they elevate with a high-flying pass game.
And great coaches evolve, and we've seen the evolution of this Alabama offense over the last several years, and it's not just run, it's not just eat clock, it is be aggressive, attack, make big plays down the field.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Going to swing it on second down. The sure hands, it's Bernard. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Alabama quickly back to the line.
You knew coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
You know, as an offense, you just don't get that many great opportunities in games to hit these type of big-time plays. When plays like that present themselves and receivers are open, as a quarterback, you have got to make that throw.
Misfired on the last play, they'll go back to the air. Got his man on the right. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
And complete. He threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
Well, a great job in coverage on the back end by the defense. You just got to finish the play. That should have been a pick.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking for a man, it's Russell. Quarterback extends the play. Jukes his way for more. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Wants to throw on first down. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
How about that first drive? The hardest thing to do in college football is win on the road. They're the underdog, coming into a hostile environment. What do? Possession one, go right down the field and shut everybody in this building up.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll start this drive going to the air. Complete to the left. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a gap. It's Dickey. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Looking downfield, it's Morton. Catch in the middle, it's Dickey. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
Yeah, and obviously great play by the offense to keep the drive alive, and also a good find by the quarterback on 3rd down.
The Red Raiders are marching down the field. Rides the back on the option to give. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with 2nd and short.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And the Red Raiders can really attack on this 2nd and short. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
The Red Raiders come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Got his man downfield. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders!
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole, he saw it, he put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he makes the extra point. They go 83 yards on the drive, and the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Simpson. Throws for the tight end. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
Well, Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that off.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Eakin. Touchdown, Red Raider. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for the big return there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 28. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the period, and it's Texas Tech holding the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Back to throw, it's Russell. Quick strike complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Hey, who says hitch passes can't get big yards? Receiver catches it, makes a guy miss, and goes and gets a first down.
Back to pass on second down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The Red Raider crowd rising to the occasion to help its defense on third down. Might be calling a hot route. On third and long, he has to throw for it. He rifles one deep down the right side. Fires into traffic, picked off.
Back-to-back possessions, 2 forced turnovers, 2 interceptions. Defenses are salivating. That gets you excited. I'm the next guy trying to make a big play. I'm bragging about it if I've already got one pick. But if I'm the other guys, I'm like, wait a minute. I got to get me one, too.
Breaks the tackle. Got enough for the first. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. And that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. And this center downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
And the Red Raiders will line it up on 1st and 10. They've been running it, but now the pass. Makes the catch. It's Douglas. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
You hate giving up that play if you're the DB on this one because you're playing man coverage, you're trying to defend a slant route, you've taken the inside away. That's where your leverage is. You'll allow anything to happen to the outside. You're trying to funnel the receiver to the boundary. You just cannot let the receiver beat you to the inside.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. The Red Raiders with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. To throw, it's Morton. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you loved playing on teams with great offenses.
This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So,
and he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Red Raiders!
I love this tight end because, man, he's a weapon in the passing game. Big guy, big target, and he has a lot of ability after the catch. You saw it on that touchdown.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They march 79 yards on the drive, and the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Quarterback making checks. Back to pass, it's Russell. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway and now they're in business.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. The give is to Williams. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
and that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
And the Red Raiders with a long way to go after the loss on the left. Touchdown, Red Raiders! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He's forced out of bounds at his own 19-yard line. An excellent job of coverage on that one. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Quarterback may change this route. Motion from the wideout. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Oh, he's got a chance. Turning it on. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down. Alabama quickly back to the line. Dropping back, it's Simpson. He's taking the shot. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looking to throw on first down. And as he throws, pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Bringing the heat. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Touchdown tie. And they turn it into a defensive score.
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep 2 hands on the ball. That time, he got hit. The ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did.
Set to kick this one away.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Looking for room, it's Joyner. Ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They'll give it to the back. The Red Raiders come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Surging forward on the sneak. And I don't think he got there. No, they stopped him short. He does not pick up the first down.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall, Dave.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease, push somebody back, create some space. There was nowhere to go.
He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down. Great place to start for this offense. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Looking for the goal line. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds. Power football with the run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. Third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so...
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
And the Red Raiders need to pick it up on fourth down.
Send it in for a touchdown. We need 6 on this drive.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going for the big play. And it's incomplete. The long pass on fourth down is to no avail.
That is great job by this defense, coming up big on fourth down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football.
Oh, he's got some space. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one. Alabama pushing the tempo. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bama! Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. Boy, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17. snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Looking down the middle. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
On 4th down, going to the air. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end. They are so close to a score, they can smell it on the first play of the drive. 1st and goal. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these two guys. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. To the air, it's Russell. Pressure coming. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They move on top here in the 4th.
Well, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And that was not what they had in mind as the kickoff sails out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the 4th quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Give to the running back. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Looking downfield, it's Morton. Fires to the big fella. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's third down. We're fine giving up completions right there, but we're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now...
Makes a grab past the marker. He's got it out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
And you just wonder if this defense now is starting to feel it a little bit. They're a bit on their heels after that fourth down play to keep this drive going. Someone's going to have to step up here and stop the bleeding. They're only up by one possession.
Grab behind the line. It's Eakin.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on second down, and you see guys bleeding into the second level of the defense getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. Defense in press coverage. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Douglas. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense. Things done. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Snap it to the back. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And if you listen carefully, you can start to hear some of the boo birds coming out from this home crowd. They know their offense needs points, and this late in the game, they're watching them run the ball to no avail.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Now facing a 3rd and long. Got it behind the line. It's Carter. He's brought down at the 11-yard line, and now is this 4-down territory, or will they take the chip shot field goal? No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. He caught it. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
What a big play in the 4th quarter when you're trailing and you really needed to get a first down here. Nice job by the quarterback, making the pass, getting the first down.
A first down run in the red zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Red Raiders!
And it's decision time now because you score the touchdown, you're down 1 late. Do you want to just kick an extra point and tie it up, hope for overtime? Or do you go for 2? Do you get aggressive? Do you trust your quarterback if he has to throw it here to find an open player and give you the lead, even though there is still going to be some time left on the clock?
And he knocks it through for the tie here in the fourth quarter. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll try the run. He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss.
And you got to think about when you want to use that final timeout, when you're going to clock it. Every single second counts. You need a field goal to win, but you got to manage this clock.
Back to throw, it's Russell. Quarterback moving. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Makes a grab on the shot. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Looking downfield on first down. He'll pull it down and run. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense. Alabama quickly back to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Now improvising. On the run deep down the right side. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a really, really nice groove right now.
A first down run on the doorstep.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. And it all comes down to this. Make or miss, win or lose. And it's good. The short field goal for the game. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build